Building Brands podcast. I'm here in slightly rainy Plymouth.
A lot less rainy than it has been.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, with our good friend Frazer Lloyd-Davies from Acronym. Is that the full title, Acronym or?
Acronyms.
Acronyms.
Strong start, John.
Yeah. This is going to be a good one, I think, because I'm not really with it, and Frazer we know each other quite well.
Yeah, known each other a little while.
That he's going to dig into me when I keep failing to be any good. Frazer, tell us, what do you do here at Acronyms? What's your role?
I'm the marketing manager. So I like to make IT simple, make it easy to understand. Obviously, IT's annoyingly complex. But yeah, my job is to unravel that, I guess. Make it easy for our customers, but also new customers to understand what we do. Hopefully find some new business. I say hopefully. I need to find some new business.
Yeah, I think you're targeted at that. Right?
That is literally my job. Wouldn't go down well if I didn't find any new business. And then obviously we can help our current customers with different services, different products. Because typically, if you go and buy IT, you can't do it all in one go. It's too much of a pain in the arse. Yeah. It's too expensive. It's too difficult. Too much stress on the business.
So what's your so Acronyms typically when you onboard a new client?
Yeah. What's
like the gateway drug? What do they come to you for first?
Usually just technical support.
Yeah.
So they've got issues with their IT. And it's usually just niggles. It's usually that like their staff are just having a bad time. They want things fixed. It's not getting fixed. It's causing minor niggles. And whoever's responsible internally is, to be frank, fed up with people going, this isn't working, this isn't working, this isn't working. Naturally though, you can't really do IT support without managing the network. Yeah. It's really hard if someone's done the plumbing to then look after it.
Yeah.
So typically they're just having either downtime or niggles, and niggles build up, right? Especially multiple members of staff, multiple times.
If everybody's losing a minute watching a spinning wheel,
yeah,
and you're a 40-person business, you're losing.
And there's usually
hours.
Some poor person in the corner where someone's going, "This isn't working."
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I know it's not working. Yeah, but it's not working, and it's so.
And they're demotivated and.
Yeah, and the business owner usually gets to the point where everyone's got some form of IT support already, whether it is an incumbent IT provider, whether it's an IT manager, or it's just quite commonly and scarily the most technical person in the office.
Yeah, classic.
But that's not always work. It's not the most productive way of doing things. So yeah, we typically find that someone's just fed up, and we pride ourselves on first-time fixes and getting people. Whenever you call us, you just speak to the engineers, and they get it fixed.
Right. And what's excuse me, what size businesses are you or how many users, I suppose, is it that you typically look after?
There's a range, as you can imagine, in IT. Everyone needs it, but a sweet spot, 25 employees, maybe up to about 150, 200. I think we've got plenty of customers lower than that. We've been going for 25 years, so we didn't want to ever be in that situation where we go, we've supported you and now fuck off.
Yeah.
They've helped us be the business we are.
Yeah.
But 25 they're taking it seriously. They've got a bit of budget. They understand risk.
Yeah.
Once you hit 150, 200 seats, having someone internal sometimes happens. Sometimes companies start building out a department.
Yeah.
We do go bigger. We've worked with some national firms, but then it's usually hyper specific, a project as opposed to.
And you're working with their IT department.
Yeah, they might have an incumbent IT department.
Yeah.
In department team, other company. But if we've got a particular skill that we can just put somebody in and do that. But typically, 25 to 200 ish works quite nicely.
Nice. That's cool. So your job is kind of generating new clients, like most, or new customers, like most.
We've established they have to generate new clients.
Yeah. Although it's weird, but I meet a lot of marketers who think their job is brand awareness, and of course that's part of it. But I'm always like, but you need to create dollars and cents and be able to measure that, or at least estimate that you've had an impact.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really weird. It weirds me out when people. I hate the term brand awareness, which is awful as a marketer because it is such a big thing and people talk about it. But if I want to justify my salary and justify the budget I'm given and the salary of my team, I need to be putting money in the pot.
Yeah.
And I think there's this weird, don't get me wrong, I hate salespeople. Yeah. I'm a marketer, I hate salespeople. They'll hear this and they'll know I hate them.
Yeah. But marketing people
it's the same
and
thing.
Salespeople.
Yeah, we're exactly like
which is weird because I'm a sales pig.
Yeah, that's why I hate you, John. But no, like we are just the opposite sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Marketing needs sales, sales needs marketing. I've got such a good relationship with the sales guys here. And
otherwise you wouldn't be able to say I hate sales people. That would be a real critical moment.
That podcast went well.
Yeah, exactly. Is this a P40? Great, thank you.
But you have to have that relationship, and I do think marketers have to realise that in sales.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like you're there to generate outcomes. You're not there just to and brand awareness is important. It's a big thing of what we do in terms of people knowing who we are. But ultimately, we need to make sales. But I will stress that it's really important also to not make sales in the wrong situation.
Yeah.
Like don't sign clients that aren't a good fit.
Yeah.
Don't try and force people in. Do it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got to make money.
Got to put money in the pot. We were talking off camera earlier about. I was being an idiot, and I was saying some extraordinarily toxic things to test the mics, I was saying, if we clip this up, it would be the end of our careers. You just said marketers are in sales, and I heard marketers are in sales. So I'm going to clip that up. Clip that up and ruin your career.
Oh, great! It's been a good morning.
Cool. So I love that's part of your role, or you're really clear on that, and nicely for our audience, you are an in-house marketer, which a lot of the building brands community are. So it's nice to have someone who's in-house. If you want to be on here as an in-house marketer and talk about your challenges and how you see the world, I'd love to have you on, because you guys have different ways of working to agencies, right?
Yeah.
Have you worked in an agency?
Never worked in an agency.
Right. Okay.
Worked with a few.
Yeah.
We've got one that works with us, but never worked in-house.
Yeah.
In-house in an agency.
In an agency.
They're different worlds, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like I see myself a bit of a generalist. Like just the other week, I had to go in and do some settings and some permissions in Google Ads for our agency.
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck is it?
Yeah.
So there'll be people that are in agency that are maybe in there a year or two that are far more proficient at their area than what I am.
Yeah. But you've got an purview of everything, right?
Yeah, and it comes back, I guess, like sales thing. Like at the end of the day, it's got to link into the company strategy. It's really, I find it awkward, and I'm going to try not to hate on agency, but when agencies go, we'll do your strategy. Well, you sell services, so your strategy is going to recommend your services. Yeah. You're not going to go get a strategy from an agency that goes, don't use us, because that'd be a terrible business.
And by the way, I ran that for a bit. Well, it is not hugely profitable.
Yeah, we've had a look.
Yeah, we've done.
You don't need us.
Yeah, we've done a week's work. Yeah. If you hire us, it'll be a disaster.
Yeah. So. I always look at it from the strategic point of view, and don't get me wrong, we work with, we've got a design agency, we've got a search agency, we've got someone that helps with events, we've got someone that helps with IT report and PR, so I've got a team around me of external. Yeah. But the way I sort of look at it from an internal point of view, I'm there, I suppose, controlling what goes on, making sure that we hit the long-term strategy of the company, not maybe get my hands as dirty as I used to, and seeing it from above. Naturally being in a small business, there are certain things I have to do myself. I haven't quite got rid of them all yet. But no, I've never been I've always been intrigued, but I don't think I'd work well in an agency.
I think you'd probably do fine.
I think I'd annoy a lot of people.
You do that generally.
Well, yeah. So, that's where the team here are going to be like, that's
yeah. Exactly. Also, people who work in agencies can be very annoying. Hello. Not that I'm in an agency anymore, but that's all I did. I've got a question for you that's different from the ones that we've previously discussed, but it makes sense to ask you, what's your top tip for managing multiple agencies? Because you're using a stable of them, right? You've got a roster.
What's top tip? I think you need to let them know what the company goal is, and you need to know where you're headed. Like, there's no point, I think with our search agency, we literally sat with them in here a few weeks ago and said, this is what we're trying to achieve. Like, this is the number that we need to move.
Yeah.
This is what the company wants to do. So that they can buy into that.
Yeah.
You have to be on the same sheet. And also, I suppose I'll extend on that, just being open and honest with people. Having that open, like, the thing is that if you don't have a strong relationship, when something's shit, you can't say it's shit.
Yeah.
And when something's great, you feel a little bit like you're not really. If you say everything's great all the time, it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, the really great stuff never gets.
Not there to say that our agencies do great work, but sometimes something just goes awry, and usually you have to go, why is that? And that might be our communication, that might be their communication, that might be a misunderstanding, that might be outside context, whatever it is. If you haven't got that open and honest relationship with your agency, you're going to be walking on eggshells, and you don't want to walk on eggshells, because what I want is the agency to feel comfortable enough to tell me the right advice, not the advice I want to hear. At the end of the day, if I'm paying you thousands of pounds, tell me like the right answer. Don't say, well, actually he probably wants to hear this and it'll be an easy life, because ultimately what will happen, I won't hit my numbers. Yeah. And then, my team are going to go, well, we've missed numbers. Frazer, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm going to go back to the agency and go, we've missed numbers, and they're, it's not going to work. So I think you all have to be transparent about what you're trying to do, and then open and honest with each other. Yeah. And just like, this is really cliche, but that whole people do business with people they like thing, if you're going to spend time working with people, make sure you like them. Like, have something that you enjoy spending time with them, because if you're like, oh, I've got that meeting next month, it's not going to work very well. So I think that's really important, that you don't have to be best pals, but you do want to get along with the people you work with.
That really, really good tips. Really good tips. Because it is funny that sometimes people will just go, oh, we'll just tell them this because that's what they're doing. Yeah. And they're not meaning to obfuscate. The client isn't meaning to do that. And if the agency has perhaps got someone junior on it, they don't ask the questions about, okay, but how does this contribute to your overall goal, and what is that? So managing them in that proactive way, I think.
And I think agencies do struggle a bit with, my advice to agencies would be, get your juniors talking about the company's overall direction. Don't just do the tactic for the sake of doing a tactic, because ultimately, if the agency makes the company hit their goals or helps them towards it, they're going to go back. They're going to spend more money. Yeah. My life becomes intrinsically easier when I go, you know what, that really worked. Let's just do that a little bit more. Let's
turn that tap on a bit harder.
And then if my job comes easier, we spend more money with you. You're happier, I'm happier, it works for everybody. But it is on us internally to have that safe space where if something's not working for either party, we can go, this isn't quite working, or this was a bad idea, or this was poor execution, or actually, can we stop? I've misunderstood that. Yeah. Let's reset. So I think that's really important.
Yeah. Lovely. Yeah. Train your juniors in understanding business.
Yeah,
and what the goals are.
The big thing is that, and this is where I think agencies can struggle, is that the commercials are really important. It's not just there's a few levels before you get to tactics, and I joke at the start a little bit where I say, well, actually, if you go to your agency for strategy, they're going to recommend their own services, but there has to be a point there where you go, actually, this isn't the right thing, or this is the right thing for these reasons. It's not, this is the right thing because I'm a PPC agency and I do PPC. Yeah. In fact, it might be, actually, PPC is not good for you, or your budget isn't quite enough, so let's not spend your money on PPC, but actually I'm going to recommend you to the search team, or I'm going to recommend you to this team. But that commercial awareness is, I say it to the search team in particular, I don't care that much about things like clicks and stuff. Just don't care. I don't really, and it threw one of their team really early on, and she does amazing work for us now. But I was like, I just want to look at the end product. How many leads have we got, and have we and it's on us to convert them. But how many leads have we got, and how have we converted them? If you tell me that the click-through rate's good, great. I'm not going to check it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to see at the end.
Yeah.
Like, if there are no leads at the pot,
Yeah.
something's not worked.
Yeah.
But I do think
I won't need to check that.
yeah, and I think some agencies go down that. Oh, your reach. Really shouldn't joke about reach. That's what we said off camera.
Yeah.
But, your reach is X, Y, and Z, or your cost per click, or this and that. And there'll be some markets go, no, those numbers are really important. Like, yeah, they are, but like, sales are more important. And that makes me sound like a really cold sales person. But at the end of the day,
I think maybe you are a salesperson, really.
don't fucking say
that's
that.
That's why you hate us. Because you are one.
Do not say that,
One
John.
of us.
Yeah.
One of us.
This is when the cameras get tipped and I storm out.
First gets to walk off.
Yeah. But like at the end of the day, it does come back to that. And like we're definitely not a really cold salesy company. Like, the big thing for us is doing the right thing, providing the right solution, making sure that companies achieve their goals. But that's just the inverse of what I expect from our suppliers, right? Yeah. Exactly the same way I go when we speak to our customers, like, what are you trying to achieve?
Yeah.
And we help them on that journey.
Yeah,
and it's the same relationship that I have with our suppliers.
Yeah. Mate, this is gold. Loving it. It's really good stuff.
I've only been doing it for 10 years, so...
Yeah, I wish we talked when I was running an agency. I could have picked up some tips. What I wanted to if I can, come back to that thing of not looking at, so I think sometimes some people call them lead and lag indicators, is it? So you're looking at lag, you care about leads.
Yeah.
You don't, so that's a lag indicator. It's of the lead, it's a lead indicator for the whole business, but it's a lag indicator for how well your PPC is doing, or how well your search is doing. And then the lead indicators are like the click-through rate and which ads performing better and which keywords really driving me stuff. Maybe that's more helpful. If we're talking about search, how much do you expect your agency to be able to answer questions about those though on those calls? Like, you don't want to see it, but if you want to drill into it, do they need to be ready for that?
They always are. They will provide me with a breakdown. The board care about it, so I have to know a little bit about it and whatnot. I think that there's always an education piece on the board going, I know that like blogs and videos and that say these numbers are really important, but you said that my goal is to move this cog. I'm moving this cog. Yeah. And actually that cog's on there. But they're really good. They know it. They will go through it. But it's, if I'm paying someone to be an expert, trust them to be an expert. Like, it's really annoying. And everyone would have seen this in their own, us as IT companies. If we go in as an IT company and go, this is the problem, this is the solution, this is our advice, and someone says, well, Jeff down the pub says it's this.
Yeah, but you're getting both IT and marketing.
Well, you're getting everything, right? Like,
Jeff down the pub.
It's just
fuck
like,
you, Jeff.
Exactly, like, or someone's brother, or this, that, or the other, or they saw a bloody YouTube video. It's like, well, why are you paying me money then?
Yeah.
Because you've made the decision. I've made the decision to pay our agency.
Yeah.
The board have agreed that we should pay at that agency. That person is a specialist in that area. They don't need me, who looked at it 12 years ago, to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Like, we will sit, and that sounds a little bit blasé maybe, but like, if we're generating opportunities, and then this is the other thing, the flip side I'll say back to the agency, you generate the opportunities. If our team don't sell them, that's not on you.
Yeah.
You did your bit of the equation, but then it comes back to, like, was it Shankly said that, like, football is a simple game made complicated by idiots?
Yeah.
Marketing is a simple game made complicated by idiots.
Yeah.
We love metrics, love numbers, love, like, all this fluff.
Yeah.
When really, like, what are the key numbers that we're looking at? And for most of us, it is either, opportunity generation. If you're a charity, it might be donation generation. But, like, if we were really honest, there are 2 or 3 really important metrics, and the rest is usually to try and justify to someone that you're doing your job.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a toxic way to have that relationship. If you go, well, let's show me a shitload of numbers to tell me you're actually working.
Yeah.
Like, as opposed to, well, should we just talk about the outcomes?
Yeah.
And the success that we're having and concentrate on that. Because I think you can get caught up. If I start drilling down into the numbers, we could have an hour talking about stuff like click-through rate. You can always tell I'm just not that fast.
Yeah.
But if we've got, like, a new product coming up that I really need their input in, I need them thinking about. I could spend that time briefing them on that new product.
Yeah.
Or if actually something's changed in the marketplace, because, as with agencies, they're not an expert in IT. So I have to teach them about IT and about the industry. So, and they've got X number of clients, X number of time. I can use my time to teach them about IT and the products and what I'm seeing on the ground, so to speak, or I can grill them on stuff that they've been doing for years and years and years and years, and they're good at.
How do we make this CTR go from 1.3% to 1.7%?
Yeah, it's
not doing anything really.
Exactly, and what is what ultimately my whole sort of ethos on marketing and sales is pick what your goals are, and don't pick like 12 of them. Pick a few, and work towards it. And that isn't to say have a few little goals on the way that build out, but like, do 2 or 3 things really, really well, and then don't worry about the rest of it.
Lovely. I've been saying to people, because I work on HubSpot and HubSpot joining to other systems, and everybody wants, not you I suspect, but everybody else I seem to talk to is like that. Well, we've got these 15 dashboards. What we need is just a couple more. And I'm like, no. Like, if you've got in a car with that many dashboards, you're not flying a jumbo jet. You're flying your job is to generate leads, perhaps. So your job is to convert those opportunities into sales, if I'm talking to a sales team. And so many people have got so many dashboards, and you're right, we're drowning in numbers. And you said key numbers. What are your key numbers? And concentrate on 2 or 3 things. That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. We have we're not up there going, how's it feel? How are we doing? We've got some really important numbers, and each of the team know what their numbers are, what they're working towards, and this isn't just in sales and marketing. We've got it in customer success. We've got it in the tech side of the business. Like, numbers are important. I don't want it to be that numbers aren't important. It's just that some numbers just aren't that important.
Yeah.
And it's usually
they're not important until this main number starts being a problem.
Exactly.
Then I can go and drill into stuff. Right?
Yeah, and I get people go, but how do you know that you want to be on top of it and manage it? It's just like, but if you're always working in the sorry, what I meant there, some people might go, you need to look at all these little numbers because if something goes wrong, it's like, that's on the negative.
Yeah.
That's waiting for something to go wrong and working in a negative mindset.
Yeah.
Why don't we work on the positive of pushing forward as opposed to going, something might go wrong. What if something goes right?
Yeah.
Numbers are super important, and there are we have got dashboards.
Yeah. But I've just seen them, and they're really nice and clear.
Well,
it's not like a jumbo. I've seen the ones on your big screen.
It's
not
only a few.
It's not like a jumbo jet. It's like a car. You've got a speedo and a fuel tank and all the essential
And the one
things.
up on the big screen you saw, which is great, that was in the tech room. If something goes down, that flashes massive red and makes loud noise.
Yeah.
Which is something's fucking broken. Someone fix it.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot easier and simpler. And also, for your staff and for people that are working on it, there's a lot of pressure sometimes. People get put on of just give me a number, give me a number, give me a number, give me a number, give me. It's like, are you paying someone to recite numbers to you? Are you paying someone to make an outcome?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to down talk how important numbers and data is, because it is super, super important. It's not the be all and end all though.
Yeah, your focus should be on the right stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. I think we may have strayed into this, but I need to ask you, as a matter of form for the podcast, how do you do what you do differently? And maybe it's worth touching on Acronyms and how Acronyms does it differently, because I think we're really getting a real flavour of how you.
So I think how we do it differently, and well, let's be honest, we're an IT company and there's lots of them. We've got the same suppliers. We charge pretty much the same amount of money, and we do the same thing, right? Yeah. And there's this whole thing, isn't there, with USPs and what are you different at? There are lots of IT companies out there that do loads of good stuff. There are lots of them that don't do as good as stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's not always the case of going, we're going to be, because everyone needs IT, it's not going to be we're going to be super different. It's, we're just going to be shit hot. The big thing that we focus on is...
That's the new strapline. Yeah. We're going to be shit hot.
Well, the 2 important numbers to me, we talk about numbers, are, for me, first response time.
Yeah.
So some IT companies, for example, if you call them up, you say, I've got an issue, they go, cool, someone clicks away on their keyboard, they take a note, say someone will call you back.
Yeah.
Without trying to down talk on people that do that in my industry, it's a bit shit.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, what happens
is you
go...
your SLA.
Well, but you're sat there as the person that's like messaged in going, well, you haven't fixed my issue.
Yeah.
So you go and make a coffee.
But you have hit your target of getting back to me within an hour because
Yeah,
you took
yeah.
your message.
But the
It's
person
not-
in the phone, the person that's reported the issues, they're going, well, I can't do
Yeah, still
fuck
can't
all.
go on. Yeah.
So I'm going to make a coffee. I'm going to go and chat to my mates, and I'm disturbing that person. That person's now next to someone else who's disturbed, and So for me, our first fix rate is a huge percentage. We're often above 80%, which means you ring Acronyms up, you get an engineer. You don't have to come and speak to me or somebody else. You speak to an engineer. Over 80% of the time, they fix your issue there and then.
on the
Which means
first call. Brilliant.
So they're done. The second most important number for me, again, this is on the technical side, is everyone would have seen this where you get red, amber, green on the bottom of a support ticket. We are routinely above 99%. We've had months where we've just knocked the whole 100% across month. And anyone that's done that knows that
That's really hard.
yeah, someone will turn around and go, we want this. And you go, that's actually not possible.
Yeah,
It's not us not doing it. But like, it's not possible. And they go, well, red. You're like,
Yeah.
But what we've done is we got our service desk engineer, Kenny. Anytime someone doesn't hit green, he picks up the phone.
Yeah.
And he goes, talk me through it. What happened? What was the problem? Digs into it. How do we get that better? Goes and speaks to the person and goes, this is why we've had this negative, or sometimes it is that they're angry, well, not even angry, but upset that something can't happen and they have to explain it. But we still make sure we react to that because that drives up the overall thing. And then when I sit in marketing, it's really fucking easy to sell something when the service is so good.
Yeah.
So what we do differently, I suppose, and it's not. There are lots of other IT firms that do IT really well.
Yeah.
But there's also lots of people that need IT.
Yeah.
So I guess the thing that we do differently is we just try to be really good at it.
Yeah.
And try to solve people's problems.
Yeah.
And I can't take credit for that because you don't want me helping you with IT.
No.
Like.
But 80% first fix and 99 to 100% happiness rate is ridiculous.
Like, they're so good at what they do. And that's not me here to have like a promotional thing. Like, the work that the team put in is so good, and that's been instilled right from the start from Dave, the MD. Very much, we do things right, we do it well, we take pride in what we do, and if we don't hit the standards, we then own up to it, we rectify it. We're only human, you can't always hit that, but and I think this is a weird thing now in marketing that marketing's become promotion. And I love the 4 Ps. Like, before they got all sugar babes, and it's like the 7 Ps or something. Like
sugar babes of the.
But like for me, marketing's become all about promotion, and sorry agencies, but agencies do love this is what it is. If your product's not good, then it doesn't matter how good your marketing is.
Yeah.
You might make one sale.
Yeah.
You may be able to make a second.
Yeah.
You're not going to make a third and a fourth. People aren't going to recommend you. People aren't going to say go and speak to them. And it's really difficult then for junior marketers or for agency workers to go, look, we can do this PPC campaign, but actually your product's just a bit naff. Or it's okay. But okay isn't.
It's not good enough.
It's not good enough. Because there are so many people doing so many different things. So yeah, I think for us, the bit that we try and do different, and then by extension, marketing is. Just be really, really good.
Yeah.
Because people pay us good money. They deserve the respect that we're going to do a good job. We work with almost exclusively, you said earlier, small businesses. They have got mortgages of their staff. They've got kids. They've got football boots to buy. They've got lunches to put on the table. Dinners put on the table, packed lunch boxes and whatnot.
Yeah.
But let's show them some respect by making sure when they pay us money, we do the best job that we can do. And then the rest does itself.
Yeah. Wow. Lovely. That's really good.
I love those guys as much as the tech guys, and I know they'll see this. Tech guys are a different beast.
Yeah.
They work tremendously hard, and without, if they were crap, if they were getting 70% positive feedback.
Your job's a lot harder. And also, it's difficult to look yourself in the eye in the morning in the mirror, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're going, promoting a crappy product.
Exactly.
I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go and work somewhere else where I can find a decent product or service.
And I think the thing is on product as well, which is important to say, it's not always about like the best product. You know, the best selling burger in the world is the Big Mac. It's not the best burger, but it delivers, you know, wherever you are in the world, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be affordable. You know you're going to get it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be fairly standard. It's the best value burger in the world. It's the best. Like, so it's not like, I'm not saying that like, yeah, everyone has to be a premium product. You know, as much as he's a bit of a, you know, cowboy in some respects, Mike Ashley's done it with Sports Direct. You know, are they the best? You know, you probably don't get people that are huge enthusiasts in sports and love their sport going in and getting specialist gear. But if you want to go on the odd run or go for a kickabout or just buy some, you know, jogging bottoms, you go to Sports Direct because it's cheap, it's easy, it's, you know what you're going to get. So it's not always about the product being premium and it's just delivering what is needed.
Yeah.
And then you can market around, do the promotion around it, as opposed to like, you know,
this isn't just IT. This is Marks and Spencer's IT. You don't need to.
Well, no, definitely not Marks and Spencer's IT after the year they've had in IT. Like, you know, they're like absolutely not Marks and Spencer's IT.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know who their IT team is, but they've not had a good 12 months.
Well, their IT team isn't anymore.
Yeah,
I suspect there's a whole new one in there.
I can quite imagine there is.
Yeah.
Not us, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I really like that. That's a really unusual attitude, I think. And maybe it's because I hang out with agencies all the time, and as you say, we have a tendency to try and make everything the best of the best. Where actually, no, this is just the right fit product or service for you, and you're paying a good price for it, and you're going to get incredible service.
But then that's even our attitude for like most of our services have packages.
Yeah.
And if you know, let's say it's basic, standard, premium, some of them are named that, some of them named other things. If you need basic or standard, we stop.
Yeah.
Like now, some people don't. Some people do need to go beyond that. Do need to go to a higher level. Some don't.
Yeah.
And it's never you know. It's better to sell. I think it's better to sell something that they're going to keep buying and they're going to keep using and they keep coming back for, than buy something that you might make a few extra quid for a little while until they work it out. Because then the trust's gone.
Yeah, trust is absolutely.
Then the trust. You know, once they, you know, people aren't idiots. Like they don't, because they don't need to know how the IT works. If they're not using all the features of something, or they're not actually, you know, making the most of a service, they'll work it out eventually. So I think part of it isn't just, you know, having a good service that matches. It's going, I don't need to try and push you up, because also it comes back to what I said earlier about how the company is founded. It's just doing the right thing.
Yeah.
The right thing isn't to try and rip people off.
Yeah, try and put everybody on the most expensive service.
Yeah, it's not needed. Like. And, you know, a lot of our business, you know, talk about marketing. Now, marketing's gone, everything's digital, you know, digital marketing, blah, blah, blah. A lot of our business comes from, I spoke to Jeff and Jeff told me I have to work with you. Like, he's really, or I've moved companies.
Jeff's redeemed himself from the bad advice he was giving down the pub earlier.
He's come, no, this is Jeff with a G, not Jeff with a J. Like,
oh, yeah, we're always, and they look the same.
It's awkward, isn't it? But yeah, it's one of those where, like, a lot of our business comes from referrals, because people have gone, we've got such a good service, and that isn't to say, aren't we, like, you know, look at us, let's you know, wax lyrical on it. But I have waxed lyrical on it.
Yeah, but also if you're getting referrals, and people do not refer IT companies, in my experience, because most of them are unhappy with the one they've got.
I mean, IT is such an annoying thing to sell, because it's. No one wakes up in the morning and goes, you know what I'm going to do this morning? I'm going to change my IT network. Like, it's just like you were a business owner. You didn't work. I can't wait to change my IT network. Like, it's definitely, but it is now such an important part of your business.
You can't do a business without it.
So, a lot of people do put up with stuff like the devil they know. Do get tired. But I also want to say there are some really, and we'll say this: if someone comes to say, I'm working with such a company, they're doing a great job. We love them. Like, great. Stick with them.
Yeah.
Build on that relationship. Embrace it. Like, you know, we've heard good things. You know, we've all heard good things about certain competitors and gone, yeah, they're one of the good guys.
Yeah.
Lean into that.
I love that. Yeah.
Well, you've got it. There's no point. Like, even if I wanted to win that company's business, it's easier for me to find a company that aren't happy with their MSP, or maybe they've just got not Jeff this time, but the most technical person in their office.
Yeah.
It's easier to find them and go, well, you don't actually have an IT company, but you've got to 20 employees now and it's a bit wet, shaky. Maybe we should have a conversation. As opposed to going, you know how you're really happy with your supplier and you have a great relationship.
Yeah.
Why don't we just stop that?
Yeah. Put my guys under a load of stress because they really need to outperform even our amazing standards.
And I suppose that comes onto onto audience stuff people go on with. Like, if someone's happy and they've got the service they want with somebody else, let them enjoy it.
Yeah.
And there's no harm in saying, yeah, you've picked a good egg. You've picked a good. There's plenty of IT businesses going around. There's plenty of IT support companies, and there are plenty that are doing really good stuff. Yeah. And I'd rather a company, joking about M&S, I'd rather a company had a really good MSP that's a competitor than didn't have one and something go wrong. And IT, cybersecurity issues can have huge impacts on local businesses.
Yeah.
And most of the businesses here in the Southwest are small. We are working with SMEs. So I'd much rather than they have someone that's not us, and their business isn't going under, than than having us, because they're happy, their business is doing good things, their staff are probably happy, and like I said, there are plenty of other businesses out there that we can go and find.
Yeah, so you've got a really clear idea, it feels like, of how to approach stuff.
Just don't be a dick.
Like, oh mate, that was my company handbook for 2 years. That was all it was. Don't be a dick, and I copied it off of HubSpot because it was theirs for 5.
They can be a dick at times.
Oh, this was when it was just like 20 of them. Yeah. Oh, fucking dicks. Let's be absolutely clear. Apart from Dharmesh, he is glorious. Most of them, and Stephen. And Kieran, just in case they're there.
Yeah, start doing some.
And Aidan.
Anyone else you want on that list? Just start listing of all HubSpot employees.
Gronya and Natasha.
Turns out HubSpot are lovely. Yeah, they're really nice people.
The people in my circle are okay, but that's because we've rinsed through all the arseholes. Oh, that's a horrible phrase. Sorry about that. But yeah, so you've got a really clear idea of your don't be a dick policy, but how... To get to how you got to that, what would you go back and tell younger Frazer?
Don't drink as much.
That's great advice, Frazer.
Yeah. Makes exercising you. It would have made exercising your 30s a lot easier. Yeah. But what would I tell myself? I think it's a lot that I talk through with the team now. It's just keep stuff simple. I love saying the KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I think in marketing, marketing's always been a little bit downspoken. It's getting better. It's getting a higher place in the table, but I think marketing's always been looked down on. Oh, you just said some tweets. We've all heard the crayon jokes. We've all heard, oh, you're making pretty pictures. Like, they were boring 10 years ago. They're really fucking boring now, but they still happen.
Yeah.
But so I think because of that, a lot of marketers try and elaborate what they're doing, make it a little bit more complicated. It's a little bit more, I'm doing all this cool stuff and this is great. Like, outcomes are usually the most important thing. I know that's why we started this conversation, but it is, what are we trying to achieve? This is the big picture. How do we get there? And sticking on that. One of the things we took a decision ages ago, I knew I'd be able to get into this conversation before Elon Musk bought it. We left Twitter.
Yeah.
We left Facebook before that, and I remember we were just nobody is scrolling Facebook looking at food and dogs and cats and whatever crap's on there nowadays, and going, oh, that's a lovely IT server that is.
Yeah. Look at the blue lights on there.
Exactly. It's just not the right place for a B2B IT company to sell their stuff. And even before Twitter went down the hole it is now, no one is going on Twitter going, and some people go, oh, you can get this clicking. I mean, outcomes. No one is going through Twitter to buy IT. Yeah. There'll be someone on Twitter that tells me I'm wrong. But they're not doing it.
And neither of us are on it, so we will never know.
Yeah, so...
And that's a relief, isn't it?
To be honest, I still check it for football news on my personal account, but we don't use it at the company. But and I still get sent a load of hate-filled crap. And that's only the Argyle fans. I'm joking. But so yeah, I think my advice would be keep it simple. Like we've really stripped back.
Yeah.
We do, every year I'm actually trying to do less stuff, but to a higher quality.
Lovely.
And it is difficult. There are, especially, it comes with age and experience, I guess, that I can sit there and the board might go, well, what about this? They're doing this. Or what about that? Should we be doing this? And it all comes from a good place.
Yeah.
It all comes from a good place, but I get it because the world is saying, and I usually have this rant at the start of every year, you must do this or you're going to fall behind. You must use this trend. Now everyone must use AI.
Yeah.
Like, why? Oh, because everyone's using it. Great. Is it actually making any difference? Because if it's not making any difference, why are you bothering? So, I was definitely in that trap. And I imagine that there are different times when I still fall into it because marketing doesn't always get that, recognition or love or whatnot. But I'd just say keep it simple. Focus on outcomes, not, all the fluffy stuff around it as much. And, if you hit your outcomes, usually people are happy.
Brilliant. That's a brilliant place to end. Thank you so much.
No, it's been good fun.
It has been lovely. It's been really good. Where can people find you online?
Best find me on LinkedIn.
Yeah. I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, my Twitter is just me moaning about football or reading the footy news. But yeah, LinkedIn's the best place.
Okay.
If you do want IT, acronyms.co.uk.
Yeah.
But I do talk mostly on LinkedIn about marketing rather than IT. Like, IT is incredibly boring. Like, and people always look at me when I say that and go, don't you work in IT? I'm like, yeah,
that's how I know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, it's important, don't get me wrong. It's incredibly important, but it's also boring. So, I don't try and talk much about IT on LinkedIn.
You said earlier, IT is like plumbing. Okay, similar. You don't want to. It's difficult unless you're in control of the plumbing and have an idea of how the building's been plumbed. Yeah. You don't want to take over and go, look, I tell you what, I can kind of predict where the leaks are because you can't. You know where it is. And IT is similar. But yeah, even plumbers don't talk about plumbing.
Yeah,
it's boring and it's functional.
Incredibly important, but it's just not that interesting. So
unless you're really nerdy.
Yeah,
but even there.
I mean, don't like the cybersecurity stuff can be quite interesting. Yeah. But even then, like people, you see it in the industry where people just fall into this habit of like, the worst thing's going to happen. You're going to lose your business and blah blah blah. Like, and it can happen. Don't get me wrong. You can, there are bad stuff, but like even that, the hyperbole is a bit like, and that links into social, doesn't it? People love like, making it sound bigger, better, worse than it is.
Bad news sells well.
Exactly, but like. Yeah, so LinkedIn, a lot of marketing stuff on there, and that's it really.
Cool. Brilliant. Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you very much for coming to see us.
Brilliant. I don't think anybody's ever going to spot that this is entirely generated by AI.
Hope not.